Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Maro. I hope you'll join me today for some gentle movement, breathing, and meditation. This class is dedicated to my Woodfin Y folks who just experienced a very traumatic event in Asheville, North Carolina with Hurricane Helene. If you're interested in knowing how to help my beautiful community and really all of Western North Carolina, I've included links to some incredible nonprofit organizations in the description below. So Woodfin Yogis, there's no registration, no wait list. Jump into something comfortable, grab all the yoga things, and let's practice together. Okay, everyone, we will begin lying down. So find yourself on your mat, maybe with a folded blanket under your head. And let's find constructive rest. Actually, let that be option number one. With feet wider than the hips, allow the knees to fall in towards each other. So here's option one, or you can straighten the legs out and place either a bolster, maybe you have a pillow or a big cushion. You can place it under your knees for a little more low back support. Or maybe you have another way that you like to lie down on the mat, so we can settle in, find some breathing before we officially begin moving in our class together. So land in your shape that you've chosen, settle in. And let's take a few cleansing breaths to help us arrive in this moment, to help us release. Breathing in deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and release. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and let it all go. One more. Inhale deeply. Open your mouth and release. I invite you to set an intention today with me that we can hold space for whatever comes up for us. Hold space for the heavy, difficult thoughts and emotions. We create this container for them to arise so we can feel into them, because we need to feel it to heal it. The only way out is through. So let's add to our intention to be really kind towards ourselves in this process for whatever comes up in class today. And maybe we give ourselves permission to feel all the feelings, whatever they may be. That was a big intention, wasn't it? It's okay. We got this. We're WNC strong. We got this. All right, so let's breathe into that intention. You can begin to stretch the breath out in both directions at your own pace, without any strain or force. Just invite the breath to lengthen and deepen just a little more. Taking an expansive, effortless inhale and a long, slow exhale. You can even place your hands on your belly to encourage this belly breathing, this very grounding breath. And sometimes when I'm dealing with emotional things, it helps for me to breathe out of my mouth. It helps for me to do pursed lips breathing. So you can try that here as well. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth as if you're getting ready to whistle or blow out candles. So you can try that here, just a few more rounds of breathing in this effortless inhale as far as it can go. And breathing out through pursed lips. Notice how that helps you lengthen the exhale. How that helps you calm the nerves. Let's do 2 more breaths. One more. Beautiful breathing, everyone. Release the hands down. Let's hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug and rock side to side a few times. And release the feet down as wide as the mat, maybe arms out to a T. As we find some windshield wipers here, just allowing the knees to drop side to side, left and right. There's no rush. Take your time. And know that if anything comes up today that's just really heavy, challenging, know that you can always come back to your breath. Your breath is your home base. It's a safe place for you to rest in. Next time the knees fall to the right, let them stay there and don't move quite yet. Just let them drop wherever they dropped and hang out there. Noticing what this feels like. Feeling the sensations of stretch. And now bring your attention to your left foot. And ever so gently, heel toe the left foot a little more to the left. You're aiming at bringing the left knee in line with the left hip. You can even peek your head up to take a look. Maybe left arm up and over your head. You're creating this really long line on the left side of the body, from the left knee to the left fingertips. Know that you can place a pillow or a block under the left knee and allow it to rest on something if the knee's bothering you in this position. And let's hold here and breathe. Maybe the right hand lands on the left side of your rib cage. And just breathe into that. Inhaling deeply, maybe inviting in some tenderness for yourself. Breathing out fully, releasing the past. Inhaling deeply, some compassion as we work through difficult things. Breathing out fully, releasing a mist of tension. One more breath. You can release the arm down again, maybe arms out to a T. Bring your attention to the left foot, heel toe the left foot back, nice and slow. Let's come back to windshield wipers, just a few on each side before we land on the left side. Checking in with how the body feels, physical body and the emotional body. Recognizing what's there, allowing it to be there. In a way, accepting it as something that's part of you that you'll work through. Notice where you feel it in the body. Good. Land on the left side and just hang out there before we move. And just notice what this feels like, just allowing the knees to drop to the left. And then nurturing. That's rain. We'll try that again later on today. Recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. Lovely little acronym to deal with heavy things in life. Now bring your attention to your right foot. Gently heel toe the right foot a little to the right. Check in with the right knee. Make sure it's happy and that this is a whole body yes. Right arm up and over your head, creating this nice long line from your right knee, right hip up to the right fingertips. Always an option to place a block under the right knee. Maybe the left hand wants to land on the left side of the torso, left side of the ribs. Hold and breathe here. Breathing in, inviting strength. Breathing out, letting go of anything heavy. Breathing in, kindness. Breathing out, any tension, tightness, that which is weighing on you. Release that heavy bag down. You don't need to carry it anymore. Relax your face. One more breath here. Bringing arms out to a T again. Gently heel toe that foot back. And a couple windshield wipers between the sides again. And we'll find ourselves in our bridge stance. Okay, so feet hips distance apart or maybe a little wider. You decide how close you want your heel bones to your sits bones. Arms by your sides, and feel your whole body here. And now feel your feet pressing into the mat. Feel grounded here, connected to the earth through the feet. And breathe in deeply into the low belly, low back. Exhaling, fully release that breath. On your next inhale, press into the feet and lift the hips into bridge. As you exhale, gently lower the hips down as you connect with the earth again. So breathing in, grounded into the earth, press into the feet, lift the hips. Let the exhalation slowly bring the hips down. And just continue like this, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. Feeling the feet as you inhale, squeezing the glutes as you come up into bridge, feeling how strong your legs are. And releasing everything as you lower down, feeling safe and supported by the earth. And you can continue like this with just lifting and lowering the hips. Or the next time you breathe in, you can bring the right arm up and over your head as you inhale. And then exhale, right arm down, lower the hips. And we'll just switch side to side here. Breathing in, left arm, hips rise. Breathing out, lower it down. Continue a few more rounds at your own pace. Really reaching through the fingertips as you bring one arm up overhead. Let's do two more. Really feel your whole body here as you flow from the feet all the way up to the fingertips. The next time you come up, bring both arms overhead, lifting the hips, both arms overhead, and then only lower the hips as you exhale. Reach through both fingertips overhead. Breathing in, lift the hips, press into the feet. Breathing out, only the hips, lower down, reach through both fingertips. Good, breathing in, last one, lift the hips. And now everything comes down, hips and arms by your side. And pause here. Pause for a moment of noticing. Checking in with the physical body, checking in with the emotional body, the mental state of mind. Holding space for whatever is there. Hug the knees in towards the chest, rock side to side a few times. Keep hugging that left knee in, release the right foot down, hugging the knee in towards the collarbone on the left side or the armpit, and just hold and breathe here as you rotate the left big toe in one direction. Rotate the other way. Release that foot up to the ceiling, breathing in, hugging it in as you breathe out. Inhaling, heel bone to the ceiling. Exhale, hug. One more. Reach the foot up to the sky, breathe in. And hug it in as you breathe out. We'll hold here. You can stay like this with the right leg bent, or if it feels good on your body today, you can slide that heel out on the mat, finding a deeper stretch. I'll leave that up to you. This is your practice. Honor your body. You can skip or modify anything that we do today. So let's hold here and breathe. Maybe we breathe in, healing. Breathing out all the heavy things. Try that 2 more breaths. Inviting that healing energy into the body. Hugging both knees in again. And this time on your in-breath, let both feet go up to the ceiling. Exhaling, hug both knees in. Breathing in, feet up to the ceiling, maybe arms overhead. Exhale, hug. Let's do one more. Inhale to stand on the ceiling, arms overhead. Exhale, hug it in. And release the left foot down. You're hugging the right knee in towards the right collarbone or the armpit. Let's hang out here as we find a little rotation in the ankle. Big circles with the right big toe in one direction. And go the other way. Release that right foot up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Exhale, hug. 2 more. Breathing in. Heel bone up. Exhale, a gentle hugging in. Last one. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. Breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. So hug and hold. Stay here, or of course you're welcome to slide that left heel out for a deeper stretch. You decide what the body wants today. Breathing in tenderness towards yourself, towards whatever you are working with, and breathing out that which no longer serves you. Release the right foot down. Let's find a bridge stance again, arms out to a T. We'll find windshield wipers with a narrow distance, a little more narrow than what we did before. So allow the knees again to drop side to side, and just notice how this one is different from what we did earlier, where we had a wider stance with the feet. See how the low belly and the obliques are working a little more as you invite the knees to come back up. And maybe you allow the breath to help you here. So you can breathe in, let the knees fall, and as you breathe out, belly in and up, let that help you bring the knees back up. Good. Come back to center. Let's bring the feet a little closer. They're not quite touching yet. Try this. Different kind of windshield wiper with the legs closer together. Again, breathing in, maybe the knees fall down. Breathing out, wake up your core, invite the legs back up. Notice the twisting sensation in the low back, maybe even the mid back. Good. Come back up and let's go a little deeper here. Feet together, legs together, and try this, allowing the knees to drop side to side. Awesome. All right, from here, we will come up to hands and knees. So you may lean to one side, gently press yourself up, and bring that blanket with you. We can place it under the knees. We will find tabletop. Knees under your hips, hands a little more forward than the shoulders. Go ahead and actually, let's find child's pose. Yeah, come back into child's pose so we can warm up the wrists. Sink the hips back. And maybe we rotate the wrists in one direction here. You can even place a block under your forehead. And rotate the other way. I wasn't quite ready for tabletop. Maybe you weren't either. It's okay to pivot, right? We do what our body needs, what our soul needs. All right, so hang out here in child's pose for 2 more breaths. And invite this sense of surrender here. And check in again. Recognizing what's there, accepting it. Giving it a nod of acknowledgement. I see you. Without pushing it away or wishing for it to be something else. That's where the power lies. The only way out is through. And then noticing where you feel it in the body, whatever's there. And nurturing it. And reach the hands forward as we rock up to table. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes. Let's gently warm up the wrists. So as you exhale, send the hips back as if you're going to come back into child's pose, like you're sitting back on your heels. As you breathe in, gently rock up, placing just a little more weight into the wrists, right? Be super gentle here. Exhaling, give the wrists a little break, send the hips back. Spread the fingers again, breathing in to come up. Good. Go back and forth a bunch more times. And the next time you come up, let's go side to side. You're in control of how much weight you put in the wrists. You can always send the hips back a little further for less weight. Good. Untuck the toes. Let's find some cat-cow. So drop the belly. Lift your tailbone. Lift your chest, your gaze. Feel that arch in the spine. And breathe in as deeply as you can. As you exhale, begin to round and tuck, finding your cat pose, releasing the head and neck. So breathing in, arch the spine, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze, maybe a half smile. Breathing out, round and tuck. So continue with your cat-cows at your own pace, using your own breath. Noticing any tightness or tension, inviting the breath to soften and expand any of those areas. And now feel free to take this into any organic movement that's speaking to you. There's no rules here. This is where you compost the thinking mind and just allow yourself to flow freely. You can even close your eyes, noticing any resistance in the body, any resistance in your breath, maybe resistance into even feeling things. Acknowledge that. And all of that is okay. Whatever it is you're feeling, it's all okay. Hold space for yourself. That was our intention. Be kind towards yourself. Give yourself permission to feel all the things. Good. Let's come back to neutral, and we will send the hips back again to child's pose. Let's give the wrists a little break before we do a little more work. So rotate the wrists in one direction. Rotate them the other way. All right, give the wrists a little rest for 2 breaths. If child's pose is not comfortable and the knees are bothering you, you always have an option to come into puppy pose, which is lifting the hips a little higher. And from here, we'll come up to table. This time you'll grab your blocks, place them on either side, and we'll step the right leg through. And we'll find a rocking low lunge here with the hands on the blocks. So breathing in, you'll lean forward, arch the spine, a little bit of cow action here. As you breathe out, send the hips back like someone's pulling your hips back on a straight line. And maybe the front leg straightens, maybe it doesn't. Doesn't matter. Whatever feels appropriate. So breathing in to rock forward. Breathing out, send the hips back. Let's just go back and forth like this. Move with your breath. Notice where you feel this in the body. The sensations of stretch. And the next time you inhale, maybe you'd like to find a twist. Breathing in, you'll twist to the right. Breathing out, find your half splits again. You can inhale forward to your low lunge or twist, your choice. Let's just do a few more. Flowing with the breath. There's no rush. And the next time you inhale, let's come all the way up, low lunge. You can tuck the back toes if you need a little more stability and rotate the wrists in one direction again. Rotate them the other way. And reach the fingertips up as you relax the low ribs down and hold and breathe in your low lunge. Breathing in, expanding, softening any areas of tightness and tension. Breathing out, releasing anything that no longer serves you. Breathing in strength, WNC strong. Breathing out all the heaviness. Beautiful job, everyone. Let's release this down. You can place the blocks to the sides. We'll use those in a minute. And you can either do child's pose or downward facing dog. So do whatever feels good for you. Down dog folks, you're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips, spread the fingers nice and wide. And maybe you pedal the feet side to side, left and right a few times. Bending one knee, inviting the other heel to come onto the mat. And switching sides. And let's hold our down dog for 2 breaths here, feeling your whole body in this shape. Gently lower the knees down. My child's pose folks, you're going to come back up and we'll just do low lunge, switch sides, left foot forward. Grab your blocks. Maybe that back knee needs to move a little further back. You decide. Breathing in, arch the spine, a little cow pose action here, shoulders away from ears. Breathing out, send the hips back on a straight line. Maybe the left leg straightens, maybe it doesn't. Doesn't have to. Just breathing in. Feel into the body. Slow down your breath. Slow down the movement. And if you'd like to add a twist, that's always an option. Breathing in, twisting to the left arm up. Breathing out, send it back, half splits. It's an option for you. You decide what feels appropriate today. Let's just do a few more. And the next time you inhale, come all the way up. Low lunge on this side. You can tuck the back toes if they're not already tucked. Flick the fingers, give them a little break. And release the fingertips up to the ceiling. Relax the low ribs down. Hold and breathe. Inhaling a quality that you want, that you need right now, whether it be strength, kindness, patience. Breathe that in for yourself here. Allow it to expand in all the areas of your body and all the cells. And as you exhale, release that which no longer serves you. One more breath. And we'll release the hands down, come into table. Let's do just a few cat-cows. Breathing in, arch the spine. Breathing out, round and tuck. Inhaling, cow pose. Exhaling, cat pose. Do 2 more on your own. Good. From here, we're going to come up to standing. So go ahead and step the feet forward and come all the way up to a standing position, maybe in Tadasana at the top of your mat. Arms by your sides, feet are hips distance apart. Relax the shoulders down, relax your face, and just pause for a moment of noticing as you check in again with the physical body, emotional body, state of your mind, holding space for whatever's there. Believing that you can hold space as well. You can do this. And from here, we'll find a wide-legged stance. So you can come to the side of your mat. So find a stance that's stable, comfortable for you. Both sets of toes facing long edge of the mat. And then maybe your hands at your hips. So bend a little at the knees. And breathing in deeply, let's hinge from the hips and fold forward here. You can land on something. Maybe you need a block to bring the floor a little closer to you. You can always grab a chair at home to place your hands on a chair. So many options here. You can fold all the way down, inviting the sits bones to reach up to the ceiling. See how that exaggerates the stretch, like you're sticking your bum up towards the sky. And then micro bend in both knees as you just kind of shift side to side a couple times. Maybe bending into that right knee as you shift to the right, bending into the left knee as you shift to the left. Just check in to see how things feel. And then maybe the toes want to come in a little more. See how that changes the stretch sensation. And let's just hang out here. Wide-legged forward fold. Breathing in and breathing out. Allow both hands to come to the right leg, folding over the right leg. Feeling that stretch down the left side of the body. You can hold this. Notice where you feel the stretch sensations in this position. And breathe. Coming back through center, we'll do the same thing on the other side. As you exhale, folding over that left leg, bringing both hands maybe to touch the left foot or somewhere in that vicinity. And folding over the left leg, feeling the stretch down the right side of the body. Maybe feeling an exaggerated stretch behind the left leg. Relax the head and neck. One more breath here. Come back through center and let's lift halfway. Pause here, right? We don't want to get dizzy. Halfway lift, breathe. Maybe hands on hips, bend the knees, breathe, and then come all the way up to standing. Awesome. Turn the left toes out to face the short edge of the mat as we move into our warrior two. So check in with the feet. Make sure they're on a tightrope, somewhat on a tightrope. Bending into that right knee. See how this feels. Arms out to the sides. Finding your Virabhadrasana 2. Here is a pose whose body language speaks to inner strength and stability. The ability to face challenges head on. So feel into that here. Standing tall and grounded. One more breath. Releasing the arms down, straightening that front leg, bring both sets of toes again to face the long edge of the mat. Pause for a moment of noticing here. And we'll work on the other side. Right toes out, facing the short edge of the mat. Look down at your feet, check in with the feet, make any adjustments that you need, bending into that right knee, arms out to the sides, Virabhadrasana 2, feeling grounded and strong, WNC strong. That's right, y'all. Hold and breathe, you got this. And release the arms down, straighten that front knee. Heel toe the feet back together. And we'll step at the top of the mat. Making our way back down. Reaching the arms out and up. Hinging from the hips and the knees as you exhale, fold. Good, let's hang out here for just a breath. Feeling a release in the back, in the head, in the neck. Breathing in, bend the knees a lot. Breathing out. Straighten the legs. Hi, little insect. Don't want to hurt you. Go away. Breathing in, bend the knees. Breathing out. Work towards straightening the legs. Let's do that one more time. Inhale deeply, bend. Exhale fully. Straighten the legs. Good. Let's come out to table. So one knee down, the other knee down. And of course, we're going to do a little bit of back bending. Y'all know me with my back bends. All right, lie down on your belly. Forehead on the mat. And let's find spider arms. All right, so you're going to bring the hands way off the mat. Wide hands. Almost like you're finding your T arms, but with bent elbows. And tent the hands, so fingertips are on the ground. Invite the shoulders to move away from the ears. Squeeze the glutes and activate the legs by pointing the toes or pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. And on an inhale, peel yourself up, finding a baby back bend here. As you exhale, release this down. Good, let's go back and forth like this. Breathing in, shining your heart forward. Breathing out to release. Inhaling, allow your breath to flow into your heart. Breathing out, softening a little more. And continue like this, just checking in to make sure that the legs are engaged, your glutes are engaged. there's any crunchiness in the back, then don't come up so high. And breathe into the back body so you can lengthen the spine as you come up. You're pulling the straw before you back bend. Good, let's do 2 more. You got this. Breathing into your heart space. Good, make a pillow for yourself. Pause. Breathe and be fully present here. Bend the knees, let the feet flop side to side. Pressing back to child's pose. Maybe up through table. Send the hips back, child's pose or puppy. Recognize what is there. Allow, accept. We're working with it, not against it. Investigate where you feel it in the body. Where does the emotion live? What does it feel like? How does it manifest in the body? And nurture that. Being warm and tender towards ourselves. From here, we'll lie down for a little more movement before we rest. So find yourself on your backs again. Grab your folded blanket. Might place that under your head. And let's find a couple windshield wipers before we find our deeper twist. So arms out to a T, maybe feet as wide as the mat. Again, side to side, left and right. Maybe noticing anything that's shifted since the beginning of class, since our first initial round of windshield wipers. Come back through neutral, glue the feet together, legs together, pressing into the feet, lift and shift the hips a little to the right, and allow the legs to fall to the left for a reclined twist. Left hand can guide the right thigh down, right arm reaching out to the side, and your gaze can follow, finding a reclined twist. And let's come back to that pursed lips breathing here. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out of the mouth as if you're going to whistle. Let's just do a few more. Notice how this breathing technique lengthens the exhale, and it has this calming effect. We'll gently come out of this, bringing the legs up, and we'll switch sides, gluing the feet together, legs together. Press into the feet, lift, shift the hips to the left, let the legs drop to the right. Maybe right hand wants to help guide the legs down, that's your choice. Reaching the left arm out, gaze can follow. Hold here, breathe. You can come back to that pursed lips breathing technique. Inhaling deeply, exhaling from the mouth. allowing your body to melt a little more, allowing your body to settle. Gently come out of this. We will find Shavasana, a little moment of rest. Two options to do Shavasana today. You can do our regular Shavasana, which is face up. I'd like to offer a more grounding Shavasana, which is belly down. Yes, there is a belly down Shavasana that I learned in some Ayurvedic training and workshops. So you can come onto your belly, maybe make a pillow for yourself, either resting on your forehead or leaning to one side, whatever feels good for you. So you choose which version of Shavasana you want to explore today. And get really comfortable here. This is so important, allowing the body to absorb the practice, giving yourself this time to process the movement, the breathing, the healing. Bringing your attention to your feet, your legs, allowing them to feel warm and heavy, sinking a little deeper. Feeling your pelvis, your hips, your torso. Invite this warmth, this heaviness. Feeling supported by your mat and the space that you're in. Allow yourself to melt. Invite the arms, the head and the neck, warm and heavy. Feel your whole body, warm, heavy, relaxed, letting go. From here, we'll gently start to wake the body up. There's no rush, whether you're lying on your back or your belly down. We'll just slowly come up to find a seat for some breathing and meditation. A yummy, juicy, delicious meditation. Giving you all my favorite words. So you can definitely sit on something, whether it's a pillow, a cushion, or maybe you use one of your blocks. You could place a blanket on the block. Sitting cross-legged. Pulling the flesh away so that you're sitting on your sits bones and not on your tailbone, so we can find the natural curve in the spine. And then bring your hands to your shoulders like this. Let's find a little release in the shoulders. So invite the elbows to come close together right in front of you. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Encourage them to touch and then lift them up. And eventually they'll separate and move around, back and down. Good. Let's breathe into that. Inhaling, the elbows kiss. Reach up and they move around, back and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Good. Release that. And then allow your chin to drop to your chest. And breathing in, let's do right ear, right shoulder. Breathing out, chin to chest. Breathing in, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale to drop your chin. Good. One more on each side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhaling. And exhaling. Sit nice and tall. We'll continue with our pursed lips breathing for our pranayama today. It is a lovely breathing technique. That's what I use when I'm feeling stressed. It's just this exhale through the mouth, activates parasympathetic nervous system, calms the nerves. Great for when you are feeling anxious. So again, we'll inhale through the nose as deeply as you can. And then exhale from the mouth with pursed lips as if you're getting ready to whistle or blow out candles. And just continue breathing in and breathing out. Notice how your exhale is getting longer. Invite it to get longer. Notice how you feel a little more relaxed with each breath. Let's do 2 more. Relax the effort. Maybe you close your eyes. Relax the hands. Sit nice and tall. Hear the sounds. There's lots of sounds where I am. Just allow the sounds to be there. They're in the background of your awareness. Nothing to do about the sounds, but acknowledge them. And let's begin to feel and follow the breath so we can achieve a stable, clear, calm attention to take with us into our meditation today, where we're showering ourselves with love and dealing with the difficult things. So just find your breath and just feel and follow 5 breaths. Noticing what it feels like to breathe in, noticing what it feels like to breathe out. Maybe paying attention to what moves in the body as you breathe. And now widen the scope of your attention to include your whole body, physical body, emotional body, all the things that make you who you are, this beautiful human being. And let's review rain again. You can keep it in your back pocket for when you need it. It's when you're dealing with something heavy, you recognize what is there, whatever emotions have come to visit you, whether it be anger, sadness, grief, heartbreak, fear of the unknown. There's so many, or maybe a cocktail of all of those put together. Recognize it. Allow it to be there. It's the only way that we can work through it is to work with it. We have to feel it to heal it. So allow it, acknowledge it as something that's part of you. It doesn't belong to someone else. We're not going to trade it in for another feeling or push it away. Invite it in with love. And then investigate where you feel it in the body. what physical sensations accompany your anger, your sadness, your grief, your heartbreak, your fear. And N stands for nurture. It also stands for non-identification, not identifying with the emotion. It's just something that has come to visit you. Another way to nurture whatever it is that we're going through is to use Metta Meditation, loving kindness meditation. Very traditional phrases that we repeat that become the meditation object. And the ones that I like the most are those by Sharon Salzberg. So you can wish for yourself, may I be safe, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I live with ease. And just say them with enough space in between so that it's pleasing to you. And I'll repeat them again. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. And believe that for yourself as you repeat them. If the mind wanders away, it's okay, forgive it. Just gently come back. Come back to feeling the emotions in your body, holding space for them, or you can repeat the mantra, loving kindness meditation. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. Gently bring your palms together, hands at heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Always an honor to practice with you. I wish you all loving kindness. I wish you all the best. Namaste.